What up, LC heads? Might want to sub. This is going to be a good one, yo. So we're going to be talking about characters of Collab past, because we got the announcement that ReZero is not coming back, and either is Devil May Cry. Now, that doesn't mean forever. Who knows? That just might mean that they're not coming back right now this year, and they're not in this year's cycle. Who knows? I don't know. It's kind of a relief too, because I don't know what I would do if they came out with shift forms for these characters. This girl in particular, she didn't need a shift form. She has a floating cat. I give somebody $1 if they can guess who now the floating cat is and where they're from. For real. I'll give you props for real. Anyway, floating cats are awesome. They tend to turn into dragons. So anyway, this girl has a floating cat. She's the Ice Age mage from ReZero. Great collab. I like this character. We're gonna see how these characters can do in Heart of the Temple, because this is where all the benchmarks have taken us. Here she is. She's at level 91 out of 100. Plus 14 bonus, so that's not bad. She's not decked. She's awakened all the way. Here's what they've done with all these heroes that are not getting a comeback this time around. For all of their wards, it's all gonna be blank damage taken minus 1%. So they're not like the best wards in the world. I'd rather have plus 1% hit points to everybody or something like that, or more to damage cap. So they've kind of made it like these wards aren't make or break, and that's fair for the people that didn't get these characters or are new to the game and don't have a chance to get these characters now. This girl was supposed to cover ice for me though, and I really like the way she works. Her S4 is cool. I like the animation of it. It's got some anime in it. Maybe you'll get to see it, but probably not in this fight. But it lowers ice resistance, which works very well for her. Real quick, she also ice damage magic attacks. If enemy has an ice weakness, damage plus 50%. So if you're weak to ice, I do 50% more damage. That's awesome. Weak point boost built in there. Damage cap plus 5,000. If enemy has ice resistance though, I cut that resistance in half and then I deal damage. So if you got 20% ice resistance, boom, you only got 10 now. So kind of pretty damn awesome. You know, that's why I like this character and I pulled for her, because even though she's stuck into ice, man, if you're weak to ice, you're really fucked. And if you have some kind of resistance and you think that's going to save you, your resistance is only worth half against her, right? As far as equipment, staffs and just the typical stuff, this is what I have on her. I just put the dimensional wand on her. I did put the red moonstone on her, and you'll see why, instead of her paid accessory. Because 20% is going to make such, 20% cast speed is going to make such a difference in this fight that we're about to go in. Yeah, I'll break it down. I was running it with her stuff, but it just took me so long to cast her big spell that I couldn't get 2 of them off, and that's what I needed to finish this. I think now I can finesse it with the red moonstone, giving me 20% more to my cast speed. 20% is actually a big deal. Anyway, yeah, and Puck's protection is kind of weird too. Because when she gets incapacitated, Puck comes out and does damage to everybody, so it's just always kind of been like a flavor text thing, I think. Her abilities are simple, that's enough. Please Puck, they're just long range, small area ice combo, and long range, medium area ice combo. They're all long range, that's cool, so she can take advantage of Mage Leon if you're trying to actually really use her kit. The S3 has a chance to reduce mind, which is good, because, well, that's where most of her damage is going to come from, is her nasty ass ice magic. And her S4 takes it to the next level by breaking your ice resistance. It also looks very cool, has an awesome like anime animation, and that's what I like. It lowers ice resistance, so then she can get that awesome weak point boost that she has built in, that extra 50% if you're at a negative. So it just works very well for what she's doing. She wants to hit you with the kit, break your mind, break your resistance, and then switch over to spells. She has Alhuma. Yeah, so this is where mine's at. Unenhanced right now because look at that. I'm just shy. I'm gonna have to see how they upgraded her and what they did for her. She's still probably gonna be my main ice mage, but let's see if I can make my way through here. Now we're bringing this arc just for a little piece of apple pie, so she needs to throw one S3 right off rip. That's what she needs to do to buy enough time to cast her ice spell. And that is why I put the 20% more cast speed on her with the Rad Moonstone instead of her paid robe, which is actually a pretty decent robe. But you guys got to figure these are older items now and older paid gear now, because this girl dropped a while ago. So we're gonna go straight for the S3, and while they're getting hit with that, we need to throw Alhuma. So nothing here is weak to ice by any means. Alright, so we're gonna hit that, and then we're gonna start running. Throw an ability, and we'll see if we can get an Alhuma before one of them interrupts with a spell and can get down here. That didn't work out well. Maybe Diamond does just to hold them up, because we can get that one off pretty quick. So I need to run an S2 to regain some health. Run. And if I can get one more Alhuma off, which for some reason she's still running. That was terrible. S3, keep them all away. Alhuma. That's I don't know what the deal is with this girl casting the way that she does. She doesn't make it easy. Like, she wants to keep running. I just told her to cast Alhuma. So I don't know, maybe my settings are messed up, but right now she should go straight into casting, and she doesn't. She wants to do some kind of stupid basic attack first. I don't know what the deal is. Here's her S4. I absolutely love it. I think it's just the settings. But here's the S4. She does just make it rain ice, and everyone's ice resistance drops, and then Alhuma's gonna hit. Right. 30% makes a big difference. Now she can just cast that instantly. And it's doing good damage, so I can't wait to, you know, actually maybe empower her a little bit. I love the floating cat. I just think she's an amazing character design. So I'm going to be working on this girl, and right now is the time, right? Because I keep wanting it to call it the Sunvale Castle. I want to call it Sunnyvale Castle, like the Sunnyvale Trailer Park. Anybody knows what that is, I'll give you major props. Best show to come out of Canada ever. Anyway, there's a lot of good stuff out there for powering characters up, because Grandass was just released. Well, if you didn't get him, which I didn't, I'm not really stressing about it. I'm actually surprised I threw like the 7,000 lapis that I had at it. Only pulled me one red orb, and it was just an off-banner arc anyway. So didn't get him, didn't get the arc. Really wanted him more than the arc, just to play around with him and review him for you guys. I did get a chance to play with him. He can do some damage, and at least two of his abilities have like pretty awesome crowd control and seem like they can do some pretty good damage. His S4 can't knock it is going to be off the chain, because you got flinch, and his ability to survive is going to be awesome as long as you just put resistance, element resistance on him for all the different types. And his S4 is amazing, can't knock it. So he's definitely going to be a cool tank character. I'm happy with Ruto right now. He seems to get enough done. Anytime I have a hard time with something, I throw Ruto in the party, and then typically it's a done deal after that. So I don't know, but if you don't have a tank like Ruto that you've worked on, this guy might be a good pick for you. Honestly, between him and Melee, I'm glad I pulled Melee instead. And I would pick Melee over him any day. But that's just me. These are all IMOs. I'm sure he's actually a really cool character, and I'm sure there's some cheese-worthy stuff you can do with him here and there. So now let's put in one of the other characters, Rem. She was a favorite of mine. Rem is a monster. Let's see if I can remember how to play Rem. She doesn't even have the best gear on her, but she should still be able to get through here. Because she can get monster hit points. Right? I'll use this to charge her kit. It'll work for her. I don't see why not. But the idea with Rem is not to go Super Saiyan all the way first, instantly. You want to kind of play like Goku, right? Let's see. Did I charge any kit at all? Well, it's kind of an endurance race with this girl. So we charge her up instantly so I have stuff to throw. Chain actually works pretty good. Here, it keeps them away, pushes them all back. Her S2 pushes everybody away. The S3 will hit from an angle. Oh, they cursed me though. Let's see how well she can dodge. It's alright, we still have like our biggest trick in the sleeve. Hey, she's being pretty, yo. Girl's got it going on, she ain't playing. She can't throw her S1 diagonally, she has to be vertically, but it does push people back and give you some crowd control if you can hit with it. Oh no, our health was getting low. Guess what? Time for us to transform, baby. And they're already almost dead. Oh, look at that. 30,000 hit points. And the S3 hits everybody around with that chain. The S2 is great crowd control. Doesn't look like it, doesn't look fancy, but it hits hard. Here's the S3, and notice her, like, what, 30,000 hit points. She can't heal in this state, but that doesn't matter because she has so much HP. At this point, like, she just can't lose because she has so many hit points and she already killed the ogre. That is what's awesome about this girl. Right? Absolutely love it. I've been dying to try, like, Forbidden Fruit on her just to see how high I can get her stats at. Her strength's only 5,500 here, but look at that defense. 3460 is not bad for defense. Her mind's 1530, right? Here's what she has equipped. She doesn't even have any of the best gear, right? Yeah. This girl, her power will steadily scale up. That's why I was in love with this character. Her power will steadily scale as equipment comes out that gives more hit points. Because when she transforms, the more hit points she has, the more she gets. So as we get better gear that give bigger hit point bonuses, this character always gets a power boost. And 30,000 hit points for her ain't shit. Right? I've seen builds better than mine, obviously. And now we can build this girl more. So I cannot wait to see what we can do with this girl. And she's non-elemental damage. So for everyone that missed out on her, I'm sorry. I was kind of worried they'd bring a shift form back of this girl and I'd be stressing because I'd have to go in on it, and I'd appreciate a break right now from last Cloudia. I'm just kind of like getting burnt out, but I'm having fun here with all these characters that, you know, I've been sitting on a bench for a little bit because we've been working on newer ones. Here's that S2, you can't get away from it. It's not fancy, but she does hit everybody around her, and the closer you are to her, the more you get hit. It's pretty cool. She looks awesome as her little maid. She's got a ball and chain. And this level is hard to crowd control. So that ball and chain does work. It knocks people back and pushes them around, or there's no way you can keep those birds at bay. When they start charging, she can straight up throw that big ball at them and smack them back. And that is pretty cool. Because originally I didn't think her kit would work here at all. Right, she does have to position a little bit to throw her S1. But it works because when it hits the birds, it does kind of stun like them for a second. And it should. She's throwing a giant cannonball around. So, I don't know. She's a lot better here than I thought. And I'm going to have to work on this girl. See what kind of power they've given her, because these characters obviously got a power up. Let's see what her, I imagine her, not her bond, what is it called? Her little ability is going to be minus 1%, just like the other ones were. Oh no. Better charge your battery. There she is. Ram. What is your ward? Hammer equip physical, damage cap plus 100. Alright, her ward's the shit, because you're getting damage cap. So actually, yeah. I thought it'd be non-elemental, but yeah, hammer equip, that's fine. Cool. Cool. Hammer, I can dig that. I love hammers myself. This girl's also is at a plus 10 bonus. I wish we could get some prisms for him. There should be something where we should be able to somehow get some prisms for some of these heroes, especially if they're not coming back around. But guys, really think about that. Really think about what that says about these limited heroes now. Like, if you do not only pull the hero, but get every single prism that you want, when that banner's up, it might not come back around. Right? Like, even if I got Rem, I only got Rem at a plus 10. And that's the way it's going to have to be unless they drop some prisms, because there's no way that I can pull a dupe of her now. They're saying that they're not bringing her collab back. Now, I don't know if that's permanent, like they're never going to bring it back. And who knows? It's probably not. I am glad that they got power-ups. Man, there's just so much different stuff to think about here. But yeah, these characters get stuck at the bonus that they're at so far, unless they do something about that, which they really need to do. Which is why Emilia, let's see, where's she at? She was just here. 14. I have her at plus 14. I thought I had one of these characters that plus 20 is Angela. But that's okay. Good investment, because I have all the geyser abilities for her. So she's going to be hitting like a machine gun for well over 30,000. Hopefully when it's all said and done. And she's not even 100. I have to look at that. Close there. Just a couple onyx eyes. Right. So Rem's going to have to be a priority. Definitely for me to work on. She had no problem going through, that stage. And I do like playing her like that, where okay, you can use lifesteal and you can use stuff like that before you activate her Demon Horn ability, I believe. After that, you double your hit points or whatever it is, 200% more, and then you can't heal. So there's different ways of playing her, and then just transforming at the very end. Or, it all depends on how you want to do it. You guys saw what I just did. I tried to do as much damage as I could. And then after, she wasn't looking too good, I transformed, got the 30,000 hit points, and then just finished off the level there. Emily here, Emilia, had a harder time. She could actually get mobbed there. I had to adjust her cast speed. As long as she throws that Alhuma real quick, they're dead. Her kit's not bad, and it does what it needs to do to make her do more ice damage. And for someone being locked into ice, they're not really that bad off, because they do more damage if you're weak to it, but if you have a strength to it, you only have half of that against her. So that is something that's very nice. That way this girl doesn't really mind being stuck into ice. So works very well for her. And she has some great abilities that give her more ice damage. I'll have to see after I awaken her and what I get for her. But these characters, and then obviously this is, I think, the biggest letdown for everybody that this didn't come back. First of all, I could see the community being way more panicked if Melee did not just come out. Why? Because Melee has taken over as, the best statuser, and that's good because she's not fully limited. We'll have to see what we can do with V. I doubt he's going to be able to hang with Melee. regardless, if you can't pull him, and even if you do have him and you don't have his paid weapon, that's the big problem, is you have to have V's Cane. Regular attacks have a chance to inflict poison, blind, silence, curse, illness, stun, you know, and when recovers an enemy, recover 5 seconds of SCT. If you don't have that, you're already a huge disadvantage for him as a character and using him for status. I don't care how they upgrade him. And it just is what it is, especially if they're not rerunning this right now and you can't get that item and you can't get him. That sucks for a little bit, for a lot of people. But Melee comes in for the win because she is absolutely just killing it. So if you just have Melee, work on Melee right now. Melee will also be around. So that's my best advice. I haven't really seen what these characters can do yet, so I'm going to check them out and then we'll do a part 2. I've just been concentrating on Rem and Emilia. Best of luck to everybody, and I'll see you out there soon. Hope you enjoyed. Later.